What's up, everyone? It's Kəʻrizmə checking in from Dallas. I'm here in Atlanta with my girl Tampa, and we are here with Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Aim a piece, myself I'm a piece, but they said that, oh, myself I'm a piece, but they said that, oh, myself I'm a piece.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom.
Wanted.
We have Dallas checking in today by the way of ATL. She goes by the name of Kəʻrizmə. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely. Well, listen, I'm excited for everybody to get to know your journey.
Yes,
it's all about you, but go ahead and give us that official introduction.
So, like she said, I'm from Dallas. I've been in Atlanta about 5 or 6 years now. Just dropped my first single back in, July of 2023. So I have a couple singles out there, but we're still building and growing. And I'm blessed to be here with Tampa. I performed at the Holiday Showcase with Megan Rankin and herself, and I won. So that's why I'm here. I'm grateful to be here as well. So.
Absolutely. Yes, you did your thing. Definitely. And I had the flu that week, so I was so bummed that I missed it. But I heard you did amazing, and you got to come and work with the OG. So that was really, really dope. Well, thank you for being here today. Before we dive into everything you got going on right now, because you do a lot, let's take it all the way back. Okay. You were born in Dallas?
Yes, born and raised.
Tell us about your childhood growing up in Dallas.
It's interesting now that I come to other cities. We all have our differences with different cities. It's still the same in a lot of ways, but I'm from Pleasant Grove, Dallas, which is like east of Dallas, kind of in between the Mesquite area. It's the hood, but I made it out. So
there you go.
Like I said, I wake up every day grateful that I was able to see both sides of the tracks, because we get people that aren't from the hood and from the suburbs, and they want to be from the hood. And I'm like, we're trying to get to where y'all live.
Facts.
So seeing that it's like, wow, like you have no idea the different things that we saw growing up. Our house shot up by the police officer. All this type of crazy stuff that it's not normal. It's not supposed to, I feel like it's two people in the hood. You have people who know that shit is not normal. And the people who's just comfortable, and they like, hey, this is everyday life.
Absolutely.
And I'm okay with that. I'm not, but some people are.
No, absolutely. And I think by you being able to experience, like you said, both sides, you have an appreciation more for life and, the things that come to you and the things that you work hard for. Definitely. What were you into as a child?
Sports.
Okay.
A lot. So I grew up playing. I tried all sports. From ballerina to cheerleading to soccer, but basketball was where I kind of took the what I liked the most, and I played that throughout high school. I stopped at high school because I just felt like I didn't want to be a stereotype as far as most black people from the hood, they either become an entertainer or a ball player or whatever like that. And even though I'm good, I feel like I could use my brain versus my body to make money. And I just decided to take the corporate route. And
absolutely. How many years did you play basketball?
Growing up all the way through high school, so whatever that 12 14 elementary, middle school, and high school. So sometimes I still play as a park around my house. I go out there and play, and I look young. I'm not as young as I'm young, but I'm not as young as, I turn 30 next year, and people
you don't look at all.
Exactly.
Not that 30 is old by any means, but I would have put you in your maybe early 20s.
Early 20s, and I get that a lot. So when I go out and play basketball, they're like, oh, you play on a college team? I'm like, I graduated college 6 years ago. But it's good I don't wear any stress or anything on my face, because even you just said your birthday's next month, you turning 50.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely maybe would have thought late 30s. So,
I appreciate that.
So,
listen, drink your water and mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Definitely. That is dope. Anything that you would change about your childhood growing up in Dallas?
No, I know we all say we wish we had this or that, but I felt like how it happened was how it's supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
So I'm not really into trying to change God's course, because whatever I went through and experienced, that was, what I needed to make me who I am today. So
I love it.
If I didn't have that, I don't know, I'll be a different person today. So
100%.
That's why in the movies they be saying, don't go back and change the timeline.
Right.
You're going to mess up everything.
The entire universe would be different just by one little thing that you could possibly change.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that you wish you could go back and tell your younger self, though?
Yeah, I guess it will be just to have more confidence because people actually are looking up to you, even though they mask it as hate or jealousy and things like that.
Yes.
And it's like, I can't help that what I'm doing is something that you wish you had the courage to do.
Yes.
And things like that. And I know a lot of us experience, we all have haters and people that's all of that. But it's just, those people just more insecure with themselves. So I guess I would tell myself to just lean into me and become more confident.
There you go.
What I got going on.
Absolutely, most definitely. I think a lot of us feel that way because, like the world oftentimes with the craziness that goes on can make us feel a little inferior or, less than, but no, we're more than.
Exactly.
But we learn that as we grow because, it's a cruel world out there. I just know me personally, I would not have wanted to be in school during the social media era.
Right.
I'm glad I dodged that.
Yeah. I experienced it a little bit. So I graduated high school in 2014. So Instagram, like that stuff was still new and things like that. So we were still going outside and going to do things, and we were sneaking in clubs at 16, 17 with fake IDs and stuff like that. So we still experienced the real world. So I feel like I have balance. I'm like right on the cuff, but like a couple years after that, it's just social media, everything. And now can't even call yourself an artist. Is it my artist or a content creator?
That is facts because I see so many of the higher ups in the industry per se saying that content, which is true. But like you said, then it almost turns you into a content creator versus being a music artist.
Exactly. So I'm like, do I spend a lot of time recording a whole lot of songs and making music, or do I take what I already have and chop it up and try to put content out? So
Right. I think you just got to find that perfect balance with it.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you go to school for?
I went to school for business marketing with a minor in economics, and also I got in a certification in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So, kind of try to tie everything into once, which it makes a lot of sense, economics. I wish I could have majored in economics, but they didn't have it at Prairie View where I went. So they had it as a minor, and I was one of the few who was like taking economics as a minor, and the teacher's like, people don't take this stuff. I'm like, that's what the world is, politics and economics.
That is facts.
That's it, everything. It's politics and everything. Sports, we see NFL games, we're like, it's definitely politics in that. And then economics, the money that's put behind it makes it work. So
absolutely. And in this music industry, it's a whole lot of politics.
Every industry, exactly. It's a lot of politics. And people who have the money to back it, it's just, nobody says anything because we don't have the money to stop. To go against what they're saying.
Absolutely. What's the best and the positive thing? What the most positive thing that you got from going to school besides obviously a good education?
I would say that networking piece. So, it's always something to do and people to meet and things like that. And you make a lot of friends. It's like high school 2.0 almost, but it's a little bit more serious because the next stop is the real life. So, actually connecting with people and meeting people, and some of those people I'm still really great friends with, to this day. And I've met them over 10 years ago. Me and my girlfriend met in college, and we've been together for 10 years. So
it's beautiful.
And the things that we've been able to create together, like I said, you never know who's out there and who's going to work for you. So I really cherish like relationships and friendships and things like that with people.
Absolutely.
Most, so.
Yeah. Relationships put you in places that money cannot.
Exactly.
You have to build them relationships, and women get ish done. That's just,
I'm trying to tell them.
No
it's
shade
so
to the
hard.
fellas. Yeah.
It's no shade, but I have hard times with men because they either want you to already be popular. They want you to be half naked. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not me. I don't feel comfortable. I'm taking off my clothes to sing a song about beating women up. And like, I came from the hood, so I'm trying to get away from that. That's why in my music, I don't talk about that. It may be a bar here and there, just to fill in the space, but majority of my music is kind of storytelling and what I've actually been through and the things that I've seen and stuff like that. So when I'm with men, it's kind of like, well, she over here doing this and she got this and she's popular on Instagram, but I'm like, that's her. Like this, I can't, we get stuff done, but it's interesting.
Absolutely.
I can go on all day about it, but
it's facts though, but everybody's journey is different.
Everybody's journey is different.
Everybody, and oftentimes people try to compare themselves to other people's journeys, and we can never do that.
We can't.
We cannot do that because what happens for you today might take me 10 years to do. And it's okay.
And that's okay.
And it's okay, definitely. Now, I know Erykah Badu was an influence for you being from your city. Was she one of the people that, kind of inspired you to getting into doing music?
I wouldn't say music. I would say more so creativity, because everything she do is it may be seeming off the wall, but it be nice. I don't know. She just, whatever it is about her, she's blessed with.
She's a vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a whole vibe, not just her music, but just as a person.
Yeah, like, her aura and everything.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. Anybody from your city that was kind of inspirational for you on the music side?
I wouldn't say from my city. I would say more so from Houston.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Lil Troy is my cousin. Wanna Be a Baller.
Yeah.
That song. So that was my inspiration.
Dope.
Just growing up and seeing, him selling what he made, I guess, $1 million off of just selling CDs to people, like $10 a copy. Like, and I'm like, dang, I wish I would have started in the early 2000s, but I was too busy going to school, so I couldn't do that. But that would say that he was more so my musical influence and just the business side. He knew everything, from the do's to the don'ts, and I still work with him now. I'm able to call him for advice and ask him, hey, what do you think about this or that, or what route should you take? It's even to the point to now when I go to Houston, I have to check in, like, with him and Shortstop Records and all of that, and let them know, because they're always trying to put me on to something else. So
that is dope. And having someone like that close to you, because obviously that song is legendary.
Right.
That's one of them songs that you could put on in a club today, and I think even they're going to know it. They're going to know that song. And what I love so much about that era of him coming out, he had to work a lot harder because social media didn't exist. He had to be out in them streets, building that real deal fan base. Do you think you would still want to pursue music if social media wasn't around? I definitely would. I actually like having to meet real people. And I say it all the time, is you still have to go out and shake hands with people. Yes. I started off doing the performances and stuff, and even though you're kind of like performing in front of a bunch of other artists, we still have to go out and see who else is out there. There may be one producer there or one engineer or something like that. So I enjoy the grind of actually going out and having to see you when you can put my face with my personality, with my music. It's kind of hard to do that on social media, because you might see the music, then you may see the personality. They may not match. Right. It may be like, okay. Absolutely. I think us as women, we really like to feel people's energy. Right. And build that chemistry with them, build a rapport with them. Like we said, building relationships with people. Yeah, absolutely. What's the best piece of advice that your cousin gave you about the music industry? Really just not to listen to any negativity. Yeah. It's your dream. People aren't going to see it. It's not for them to see. So pursue it. If God gave you the vision, go ahead and do it. Definitely. Most definitely. Don't really, focus on whatever everyone else is saying or what everyone else is doing and comparing. We spoke about that, trying to, this person is doing that, so maybe I should do this. But if it's not for you, it may not work out. And like you said, what worked for somebody might not work for another 30 years. Absolutely. That is big facts. And one thing in life, we can't please everybody. Right. Nor should we try to. We will drive ourselves insane, stress ourselves out. Our hair is going to fall out if we out here trying to please everybody. It's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. Definitely. There's too many people out here wanting, and you just have to find your niche of people. Yes. And build them one by one. These 10 might not like it, but if 30 like it, why do we even care about the 10? That's facts. We have 30 people over here, so let's build that. It's like compounding interest. Let's keep building on top of that, even if it's one person a day. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's your core fan base there. That's your core fan base. Definitely. So how long would you say you've professionally been doing music? You said for a couple years now? So I've been recording since, I want to say 2019. Didn't really tell anybody. Just trying different stuff, still trying to find my voice and what do I want to talk about and what is my approach and what's my story. Me and my girlfriend was just talking about, I had a friend who reached out to me and was like, how did you get started as far as your brand and your clothing brand and things like that? Yeah. And I'm like, you have to ask yourself, like, what do you like? Like, what's for you? What do you want? What are you trying to tell? What's your story? A lot of it starts inside before it starts outside. Like, I see a lot of people go and put a lot of jewelry on and designer, but it's like internally, okay, what are you trying to convey? And so I took a lot of time to figure out who am I? What's my brand? What am I going to, show to the world? And then also looking at it from a business is that if it's a business, I can come in with the same sound, talking about the same thing, but that doesn't make me different. I'll only be able to make money, a lot of money, if I'm unique. And absolutely. Being unique is easy to just stay yourself because
you're different in every way.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say maybe professionally about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
We ain't trying to fit in. We standing out.
Yeah, most
You
definitely.
did. We ain't fitting in with nobody. I like you said, you know, Erykah Badu can kind of come off as being a little off the wall. I love that about
I like
her.
that too. Yeah,
You know, I like weirdness. I like different stuff. Like you said, there's so many people out here who try to imitate other sounds or looks. No, just be yourself. Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna stand out for sure.
Would you say that coming to Atlanta has helped you with your music?
It has, because Atlanta has a different sound. Like in Texas, we talk slower, we move slower, we drive slower. Double coat with the purple in it. Like everything is slowed down. Like that's a real thing. So coming out here, it's more of a fast life because you have Hollywood and everyone, people are shooting movies randomly. And, it's a lot of stuff that's going on that's not going on just in the public in Texas. So I think it did help me kind of see that there's a different sound or taste in the way that I can, sing or rap my music and things like that. So
Absolutely.
I think I have a combination of both of them, because I even, I chopped and screw a lot of my songs at the end.
Yes.
And that's like, hey, this is where I'm from. This is my, origin and things like that. And that's also going to set me apart. So, me and someone can have the exact same song, but when the ending comes on and it's chopped and screwed, like this is a different person. Like,
listen,
it goes back to being unique and different.
I love that. Like when I first got in the industry 13 years ago, one of the first experiences I got to do was go to Houston and visit with Swisher House. Shout out to OG Ron C. That's my homie. And I just fell in love, even before that though, I fell in love with the chopped and screwed, because in Florida, in my younger years, we used to have what was called slowed down music, where they would take the music and they slowed it down, similar to chopped and screwed. And I always was fascinated by that. In Texas, historically over the years, has produced superstars. I think that outside of like the Southern sound, Texas is probably my favorite sound of music. Shout out to my homie Duro Music from Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
I just talked to him yesterday. He's about to put out, because it's a 15th anniversary for Ice Cream Paint Job.
Oh, wow.
He's about to put part 2 out. So y'all stay tuned for that shameless plug. But you from Dallas, so you can appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. So been out here in Atlanta. I know Lucci, YFN Lucci, free 650, man. Free the guy. Definitely. I know he's definitely been an inspiration for you. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I was put on a Lucci music in college, I think like sophomore year. But I know when I was here a couple weeks ago with Bigga, he was telling me, he did the street and greet?
Yes.
Yep, and he took Lucci to Texas all around, and again, boots on the ground, actually meeting people, real DJs, real A&Rs and things like that. And his music went crazy in Houston, like they put that, like when I go back to Houston, I go out and stuff, like they don't play Atlanta music. They may play like the Lil Babies, but Lucci, like they'll play that and the club will go crazy, like on a whole different scale. So listen to his music and a lot of the songs and things I could relate to, walking in class and things like that, and actually moving to Atlanta and actually being able to have him, like he was the first artist who wore my clothing brand, and I had to connect to him and things like that. And then everything happened, so a lot of stuff slowed down for me. But that was, it's like it's one of my favorite artists, and then actually like this man got my clothes on, and they want more and they want to work with me and stuff like that. Is, I don't know, it's amazing. It's kind of like God just working mysterious ways. Absolutely. and
Lucci's definitely one of the most humble people in person.
He is definitely a very, very humble person. Like when they gave it to him and everything, he FaceTime me and stuff. I think I was either asleep or something like that, but they still, called me. He still wanted to tell me thank you and stuff like that. So just good people like that is kind of what keeps me going. And trying to multiply more good people. There's gonna be a lot of bad rotten apples that's out there, especially in Atlanta. It's the fake music executives. Everybody's an A&R. Everybody's a somebody in Atlanta. But it's like y'all are in the way.
They are in the way. Like Slick, they are in the way. They're clogging up the pipeline for the people like yourself who are really passionate about this and who are really putting good music out there.
Right.
There's too many of them in the way. I couldn't agree with you more. They just need to like slide to the side, because earlier on, like, you know, we'll talk about, you know, with your cousin and, you know, people in that era, they had to have like a real deal, like budget to distribute their music, because they didn't pay $50 a year to get it on all the platforms. They had to press up CDs, or maybe even taking it back to vinyl and put it in the stores and moving around. You know, like today, everybody thinks they can do it because of social media. Right. And it's clogging everything up.
It's clogging up everything. And you have the people behind them that's supporting it. I think a lot of things now is just popularity.
Yes.
All right, if you're popular, hey, I'm behind you. You already have motion or, you know, a fan base or whatever. But I'm like, they're not telling you that they have that fan base because they post guns and money and jewelry. It's not the music. They like the lifestyle that they put on to make it look like, you know, or, you know, some of the women, the music's okay, but you know, they have to twerk every day on their Instagram and TikTok. They have to show their body and be naked. I mean, I have pictures with, you know, bikinis on, but I'm on the beach. Like, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
I'm not just naked.
Standing in your bathroom, like showing half. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. So I think what's probably going to be my hardest thing is getting into, you know, the industry deeper than what I am without having to do that.
Do you think that social media played a big part in that, and women feeling like they have to alter their bodies and dress a certain way and look a certain way in order to gain popularity in the music industry?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of them hop in the game and, you know, you've already got the surgery and everything like that. But I'm like, I feel like if my label was telling me, hey, you need to get this, and that done or fixed, y'all like me because of my look and not because of my music and because I have the popularity of my look. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like you don't have to do it, but if your music is, some of the music is not matching what you look like. Yes. So you're talking about this, but you don't look like this. So let's just pay to make everything match together. But they have the budgets to do that. But then again, you're buying, you know, I feel like you're buying your fans based off your looks and what you look like and things like that versus the music. And I feel like people forget about the music, you know? Right. So we talking about, you're a content creator or you're an artist. Like, I'm an artist because I want to make music, put my music out there. I know I have to create content and put it out there, but is that going to be the main thing that I'm doing?
Right, absolutely. And I don't feel like you'll build your most organic fan base that way because like you said, they love you because you're beautiful, she got the body, but it's like, you know, it's so much deeper than that. You have a real story to tell. Right. You want them to know you as a person, not because of your looks, you know, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet with this social media these days.
It's definitely bittersweet.
Definitely. Taking us back to when you first started releasing music on the platforms, do you recall the very first song that you put out there?
Yeah, it was called Mark My Words. That's the one I performed at the showcase. Like I said, it's still freshly new. I mean,
it's still brand new.
July is only last July is not that far ago.
No, that's brand new.
8 months or so. But yeah, I still remember it. I actually wrote that song. I think we were in Italy. Okay.
She's a world traveler.
I am.
Ladies are a world traveler. I love it.
Yeah, we were in, do you remember it was Italy? It wasn't Rome. I think it was Milan out there in the hotel. And I like writing when I'm other places because I get inspiration and things like that. So that's why it's important to leave your hood. A lot of people, y'all are only able to talk about the same things over and over. You can only rewrite that bar so many times.
Facts.
You can only re-say, you know, you spent the block so many times.
Right. Stop recycling your music.
Exactly. But get out and go experience life and go see things and go do things. I mean, the money may or may not return. Yes. But the experience, you have that. You can put that in your music to try to make you more money.
100%. Absolutely. What is your ultimate goal with music? Do you desire to sign to a label? Do you prefer to stay independent or maybe do a partnership with a label?
I definitely think a partnership with the label. I still want to have like creative control. But the money to kind of back it and make it bigger, then let's take it from my skill to your skill because of the marketing and promo funds that we have. I'm not one of those people that are against the label. I think people are against the label because they haven't made money for real. Yes. So it's like, okay, well, you've never made money. They're telling if you sign with the label, you're still not going to make money. So it's like, well, let me do it independently. But I encourage people, go out, go get a job, get a trade, get a skill outside of just music. So you don't have to hustle and bustle. The money that you did make from music, you have to reinvest it back into your music to try to make more. If you're already making the music or if you're already living comfortably, like basically just get your affairs in order.
Yes, absolutely.
Get your affairs in order before you try to take on a music career because it's going to be hard to do both. And music takes a lot of money.
Yes.
So, I mean, I've seen the big checks and I've made them. Like I went to school and I work, corporate, so we get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's for me, it's more so about me telling my story because I know there are other people that can relate to it. And then outside of that, I also want to, start charities and college funds and things like that. And I feel like I can build a small community and work my way up.
Absolutely.
Or I can build my brand and have people want to pour into my brand. So anything that I want to do, if it's cancer, St. Jude's, I can, it's Charisma. So we're going to give her the money to, help these people out. Breast cancer, helping people with transplants and just things like that. Yeah. It's bigger than just the music, but the music is a start. I feel like it'll help grow my brand faster.
Absolutely. Being that you're a person that you're very selfless, it sounds like you want to give back. God's going to continue to bless you.
Right, absolutely.
I'm a big believer in that. You have, in order to receive those blessings, you have to be a blessing.
Yeah, most
definitely. I know you've had the opportunity to be around the biggest OG, bigger ranking. What's that been like for you?
It's been good. He's a very humble guy, and I've been around so many people in Atlanta that just throw their weight around.
Yeah.
I know this person. I know that person. I be with them. And this person my cousin. This person my cousin. And you should respect me and you should follow me around and be a part of my clique because this is who we are and a bunch of men that's ganged up together. And we were just talking about this last night. Y'all aren't even gang bangers.
Right.
And y'all are always around. It's just a bunch of men.
Yes.
No women around. No anything. Like what's going on?
Kind of weird.
It's very weird. Especially if y'all aren't actually,
right,
gang banging. Why is there such a sausage party and who has the biggest,
she said a sausage party. I'm so dead. Yeah, because it's just weird. Yes,
it's weird. So being around him, and he has a female team, and he knows, women get it done. We not playing. We not coming to work smelling like weed and this, and our hair not done, and we not up to par, and we on the phone, and we not ready to work. So I really like the way he move. He gives a lot of good advice. I've been listening to him for years.
Yes.
So just hearing him, in my headphones walking to class, in college is like, okay, no, this man is onto something. And he's telling the truth. I don't know yet because I'm not in the real world just yet, but getting out here and still continuously listening to, the old Lucci songs featuring him and actually being around him and at the showcase, it's not just like we're going to have artists come up and perform. Like I'm going to give everybody game and things like that. So, it's been great, and he actually recognizes talent. I know you mentioned that as well, because even when I came up there and I performed during a showcase, the introduction where you can follow me, I have, my girlfriend is my photographer, videographer, so we're on point, all the way around, and he called that out from the jump, like, you already got the camera lady, like she ready to go. He kept asking me, was I ready? I was like, yeah, come on, man.
Stay ready. What you mean?
I'm like, look, I'm a little older. Like I go to bed at 10. Y'all got me out here at 12 in the morning. I'm here because I want to be here, and I know I'm coming in with confidence and I'm performing with confidence. And my song is something that people can relate to. And his crowd that he brings out is a diverse crowd. It's not only just black people that's coming out and things like that. And he makes the crowd participate. And I just love that. Like I said, this is my first time really just being around you and him. That just very professional. Like I said, I've been to people asking us to pay them for an interview, and you're recording off your iPhone.
Right.
Or you don't even have a fan base. You haven't built up anything. You haven't did any groundwork, and you want me to pay you. Like, it's money grabbers out here. People, schemers and scammers.
There's a ton of that. And I tell artists all the time, if someone randomly DMs you and solicits you services, to me, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That screams, I'm desperate for business.
I'm desperate.
I've never in all my years have ever done that. And it's just weird to me when people do. And I'm like, maybe that works for them, but I'm just like, I don't ever want to have to get to the point where I have to solicit people I don't know for business to gain business. I won't even
send my song to random people. I need to do the marketing and promotion behind it so that it reaches them.
There you go. Instagram ads, Facebook ads, those work.
They actually work. Even Spotify have ads account now, and you can go in and they'll blast it out to the people that they feel like who it matches in the algorithm. So I'm just not really with, even when I first came out here, people would ask me when I was doing my clothing brand, people would ask me, why you don't ride around with your clothes and stuff, and I just don't want to solicit out of my trunk, and not as a woman in Atlanta either.
Right? No, that's
like, you can do that, but we have multiple stories of people who've gotten robbed because you left your camera equipment in a car because you thought you was going to run up on a celebrity. You would just already be ready. People say stay ready, so you don't have to get ready, but I think people took it literally. Like,
you have to move smart too.
You have to be smart. And
Yes.
it's not, I just don't, like I said, I don't want to ride around with clothes and have to beg people. I need to do the proper marketing, promotion, and, you know, placement to where I don't have to run after people.
Absolutely. As women, we literally have to move with our head on a swivel.
Definitely.
It's dangerous out here.
It's dangerous, and people will take advantage. If they see you any type of green, they're going to try to take advantage of you.
100%. That's why it's like, you know, even when I'm here, I do all my interviews during the day. I don't want to be here at night because
it's not safe.
It's not
just bottom
safe.
line. Even when I see women getting gas at night, like, unless we have to get $5 real quick to make it to the house, okay, cool. But I've seen women pumping gas at night, and I'm just like,
chilling.
That's not even smart.
No,
if something happened to you, can you really be mad?
Exactly. Absolutely. You've got to be mindful of the positions you put yourself in. So ladies, please take heed to, especially when you're in a big city like this. The first year I moved to Atlanta, my car got broken into 3 times in 1 year.
Wow.
And I was like, dang, is this? So now I like know where not to go, you know, and that's why I don't go out that much at nighttime, because that type of stuff it can happen at any time, but more so at night. That's when the creepers come out for sure. So let's switch over to your clothing line.
Okay.
Tell us the name of it.
So it's called Kərizmə. It's self-titled.
Yeah.
That's where I got my artist name from.
Yeah.
People were just already calling me Kərizmə because of my clothing brand. So I was like, it sticks. There's no reason. My real name is Alexa.
Yeah.
But I mean, they already stole Amazon and give me no money, nothing. So
what? Hold on now. Y'all need to cut her a check. She had it since birth.
95. So I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. So I thought, okay, Kərizmə is nice. It's catchy. I might as well just use it versus trying to rebrand a third name or something like that. And I started with my clothing brand in 2017 when I was in college. I tried to find, I didn't want to just have a shirt with a name on it, or, you know, so I tried to find something that I thought that was me. Like I said, we talked about digging deep inside yourself and figuring out what's you, and I kind of wrote down my characteristic traits, and I felt like charismatic was one of them.
Yes.
So I didn't want to put charismatic because that's not creative. So I thought Kərizmə, but I didn't want to spell it. So I typed it in Google, and it gave me the way how to pronounce it. And that's where I came with the K-E-R-I-Z-M-E, because the E's are backwards and the E's give it the sound.
That's dope. And it just looks catchy.
Right.
If you see it, because, you know, I automatically knew, okay, it's Kərizmə.
Yeah.
Some people may not know. They might try to pronounce it differently, but that's what's going to engage them. That's
engagement. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I have people all the time that stop us and ask, you know, what does that say? It's really nice, you know. Is it a brand, you know, from across seas or something like that? And I'm like,
right. It looks foreign, you know, and
exactly.
People like foreign stuff, you know, women, cars, all that. Definitely. So what all do you offer within your merch?
So with my merch, I'm really, like I said, I grew up playing basketball, so I'm really a tomboy when I'm not dressed like this. So I wear a lot of hoodies and sweatpants.
Girl, I got my hoodie on today. We comfortable.
Yes, ma'am. So hoodie, sweatpants for sure. Sweat shorts, bucket hats. I'll do beanies. I also have like jean jackets and things. So I embroider my own clothes. Also have an embroidery machine. And that allows me to keep the creative control in house. So if I make something I don't like, I can just throw it away versus paying someone and I don't like it. I spent $100 and I hate it. So I was like, okay, I started off with the heat press, which is cool just to get out there. It's the cheapest way to get into the clothing brand. And you can try a lot of different designs and ideas for cheap.
Yes.
And then I worked my way up to where I was like, okay, I want an embroidery machine. Don't really want to pay anyone. I actually want to learn how to embroider. So I have a trade as well. So I know how to heat press and trade, and I know how to, there's a software that you have to use, editing software that you have to use for like the design and things like that to send it over. So I also teach myself extra skills that I may need. I don't know what may happen in the future. So I know I have a couple skills under my belt. And I can either make my own clothes or other people's clothes if it came down to it. I don't really like making other people's clothes because the passion isn't there, and if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not gonna do it.
Absolutely, and that was
not about the money,
right? You have to really enjoy what you're doing.
Exactly,
you have to, and that's why I feel like a lot of people don't take us as seriously as we do because they're not passionate about what we do. They're passionate about what they do.
Right.
That's why oftentimes we cut out a lot of the middlemen and just do it ourselves for that very reason.
Right.
I've had so many people along the way who I brought in to help me behind the scenes, and they just fall off because they're not passionate about it like I am. They don't have the energy I carry, so I just exit them out the front door. Bye. I do it myself.
Yep, I was just doing myself.
So do you make like prototypes of everything first, like you said, just to make sure that you're actually going to?
Exactly. So there's a lot of wholesale stores in Atlanta that you can go to. So I'll just go and say, hey, I want to try this or that, or I'll order it offline. I have different accounts where I can, order whatever product that I want to try out, and buy it at a wholesale price. Yeah. And if I like it, then I say, okay, well, let me see how this will fit. What's the season? Is this going to be for the upcoming season?
Right.
I guess a lot that you still have to think about. And then sometimes there may be months where I don't make anything or do it because the passion isn't there. And
Understood.
I don't like forcing and just making up stuff to say, hey, I have, a new product out, or I have a new design and things like that. Like, the passion really has to be there for me to work on it.
100%. Do you do custom orders?
For my brand, yes. So if you're like, hey, I want a red hoodie and I don't have red hoodies, I'll make you a red hoodie. And I tell people that all the time. Whatever you want, just let me know. And I think it's easier that way to build the relationship.
Yes.
Like we talked about a lot of stuff now where he's kind of circling back around, build a relationship with people. And because they know me and like, she made me a custom order and shipped it to me the next day or, the next couple of days, I'm going to continuously buy from her and, support her, whatever. Like I said, I'd rather build up one person by, one by one with the actual real relationship versus it's a lot of people that I don't know and they're kind of iffy.
No, that is facts. Yeah, there's weirdos out here, like we said.
Exactly.
So a few people that's rocked your brand. I know you said Lucci, maybe Euro got it, right?
Yeah.
Who are a few people that's, blessed you with wearing your brand?
So the top three would be Lucci, Euro got it, and DY Kings. They're 4 brothers that I met when they were like super young. Now they're all grown. Yeah. It makes me feel old. I'm like, the youngest one is like 18 now, and I'm like, dang, it's been 5 or 6 years that quick. Yeah. So those would be the top 3. I mean, they're the 4 brothers. They're actually really doing their thing out in Atlanta, and they have a lot of people who like, what is that? Other people think it's their brand, that's what I want. I don't really care who you think it is. Are you gonna buy it?
Facts.
I'm not really like, oh no, that's my stuff. Y'all telling people that, Yeah. I'm like, hey, that's how we got to get the sales. Then let's do it. So they've been super supportive. Like they're also music artists as well, and they dance also, but. Building that relationship with them giving them clothes for their videos and things like that. Like, they bless me with like, hey, we'll come dance to one of your videos. And, I'll just be, using your fans to build my fans. So,
absolutely. Yeah. And that's what you have to do. It's that teamwork.
It definitely teamwork.
So if there are artists out there who have a big movement, they're working hard, and maybe they got a big music video coming up, you're open to maybe sponsoring?
Yeah, I am open to sponsoring them. I just got to find the people. Yeah. Where is everyone at? And I'm not really an ass kisser either, so it's kind of like, I'd rather build a relationship with you, and then you say, hey, such and such is having a video shoot. I kind of, put in a word for you to dress them or, to sponsor some clothes. Okay, cool. But, some people want you to beg them, and you got to hang out with them in the club, and you got to, like, you already know.
We ain't doing none of that.
I'm not doing that. If it's too confusing and it's too much, it's not from God. That's how I feel.
Man, that is facts. If it's not organically grown per se, and it doesn't just come to you naturally, we don't need no parts of it, because we're not begging nobody for nothing.
Exactly.
Let's switch gears. You're in your acting bag.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about that.
So I wanted to get into acting because I'd be interested to know, like, okay, what the sets are like. How does that work? So if I'm like intrigued by it and it piques my interest, I'll just hop into it. So I went to acting school for like a year.
Okay.
And then I learned a lot of skills and things. A lot of stuff I already had because my personal page, Instagram and platform is already kind of built up just from college and just when I first came out here and things like that. I kind of let it die down a little bit, but I'm still building it back up. So a lot of the things they were teaching I already kind of had, but it was more so the acting skills and the professionalism. It's more than just acting, They're so quick to cut somebody. They like, hey, we'll find somebody else who can be here on time. Right. They might not remember their lines, but we can figure something out because time is money.
Time is money.
You might be the star, but you late, or
you're not punctual,
you got a bad attitude, or you cussing out the production assistants and treating people like trash and things like that. So I learned a lot of that stuff, and they put me on different agencies that are looking for background actors and things like that. So the first big thing I did was The Game. I did it twice, and it was interesting just being by Tasha Mack. Like we all know Wendy Raquel, like that's a legend. So in the films with her, and actually being a featured background artist is background background actor, it was interesting, definitely fun. But you know, they had the writer's strike and all of that, and I hadn't been getting no calls. I'm like, if I'm not getting, you need background actors to make it look real. So we're not getting calls. We know y'all not getting the calls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's what comes in so importantly, to have multiple hustles.
Most definitely.
Because everything, I believe, has a season.
Yeah.
Things slow down sometimes during the winter for certain businesses, but they're thriving in the spring and summer, or maybe vice versa. So you've got multiple hustles. You do a lot of different things. When you're with your music, have you at all like had it involved in film yet, or is that something
I have not? But that's something I am looking to. You know, where's a movie where I can have my clothes and my music and
absolutely
it all in one. Even if I'm not acting, because acting isn't just like my first love. Like I said, I was just interested in it, knowing how it, and then you see how it works when you try something and now you're on the big shows and it happens quickly and people are like, who are you? We've never seen you around, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful and we want to get you in the front and we're going to use you for this scene and that scene and that scene, and it's just like, oh wow, like I literally just started. Even with my music, I tell people that all the time, like with Mark My Words, my first song, like people's like, that's a hit and this and that, and I'm like, I just started, like, but that's how I know it's organic and it's for me because it's working out.
Absolutely. You are absolutely God's child. Like, he's got you covered because you have beautiful energy. It goes so much deeper than just the surface.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody wants to be around somebody who's an a-hole. Like, I know I don't.
I don't
Or
either.
has that arrogant attitude, like you want to be around somebody that you can build chemistry with, feel safe with, feel comfortable with.
Exactly.
All of that is important. What do you have coming up next musically?
So musically, I'm definitely going to drop my next single called Peace. We just recorded it and it turned out, I actually was going to walk away from the song because my voice kind of wasn't, I'm still I'm still kind of new. So I'm still like, I need to have I have my sound, but I need to have the energy to have my sound. So if I go in and I'm like, but somehow my engineer, shout out to Stacks, he was like, well, let's chop it and do certain pieces and things like that. And I don't know if you heard the song, but that's how it sounds. Like a lot of that, the hook is put together, like we had to do it different, and it came out really good, and I'm like, I like this, and it kind of matches my aura, my energy, and pieces is what I'm just all about right now. I'm not really stressing about a lot of things, even if things do seem like they're going wrong. Are they really going wrong?
Absolutely.
So in order to maintain peace, I need to be calm and just let it know that that's what it is, and if it works out, it doesn't. If it works out, it does. If it doesn't, then that's cool too. And I don't know when I'm gonna drop it. Maybe the summertime. I already know what I want to do musically, but we talked about being a content creator, so I need to have a rollout strategy to make sure. Which I now have a mentor. Shout out to Keys, the producer. He has an 11-week rollout course.
Okay, dope.
And it's 6 weeks pre the song and then 5 weeks post.
That is dope.
So it's just everything that you need to do just step by step as far as, registering with publishing and the distributor. And
that's hard.
Getting your, it's a week just only for creating content and, everything like that. So I'm still going through the course and just talking to him and, do's and don'ts and what I should do like that. And I want to roll it out properly. Like I have 4 singles out. I kind of did a small rollout strategy with Mark My Words, but it wasn't on a scale of, okay, no, this is really thought out.
Yes.
So that we're good to go for the next 2 months of content and putting things out.
Absolutely. I love that you're doing that, though, because I think that's one of the biggest things that artists are missing or lacking is artist development. Yeah. And understanding the business, how to properly roll out a single or an album or a full project, or even to put a music video out. There has to be promo marketing before, during, after, all that. So
but I think it may be like a 2-part to that, because what I've seen just being in Atlanta now, this may be this may not be all cities, but people want you to already be, in order, like we said, we need to bring gatekeepers back. So there's a lot of people who say they want to help and this and that, but they're not the artist development. They want you to already have that before.
100%.
But I'm like, I'm in the beginning, so I need, no matter how nice the song is, how good you think I look, I still need the artist development, the business, to how to roll out a song properly and things like that. But people want you to already have that. So I feel like artist development it's almost non-existent anymore.
I agree. And that's something back in the day the labels would do. They would see the talent and then they would develop the artist, build them up and present them to the world.
Yeah.
Now, because of social media and stuff like that, they want them to already be packaged up, ready to go. But
they're not even packaged
they're
up, ready
not.
to go. It's just followers.
Right.
And they could be bought. Likes can be bought.
And most of them are. Let's just keep it G.
Exactly.
Just keeping it G. You know, like you have 500,000 followers, but you can't even get 2 comments. Like, bruh. Like, you know, make it make sense.
Exactly. And the labels, I feel like they're being lazy. They're looking over that. They're saying, well, they have these numbers. They have these numbers on Spotify. A lot of stuff is not what it seems.
No,
and even I feel like the labels are also getting tricked as well, because you have artists that may have a song and they may have did, something here and there on TikTok, and then 2 years later you're back trying to find your next biggest star, versus you have one who already has the talent, the music, the story. Let's invest into pushing the brand out there further. And then they're here that's how you get the J. Cole's and the Jay-Z's and the Beyonce's and the Mary J. Blige's, people that's been around for years because someone found them because their style was unique, their music was good.
Absolutely.
And they decided to build them up. So I'm looking for people who are not looking for somebody that already has.
Man, where are those people? Big is one of those people. I can tell you that hands
most
down.
Definitely.
He's definitely, and he spots and sees talent like I told you. Like I've known Bigger for 13 years now, and he keeps it very G.
Yeah, he does.
If he don't like something, he gonna let you know.
Yeah.
He won't bite his tongue. He might say it in a nice way, but he gonna let you know this ain't it.
You have to be coachable. You have to be able to, intercept the advice that's given without being offended.
There you go. A lot of people can't take constructive criticism. They get upset and, you hating on me. No, they're not hating on you. They're just trying to give you a good piece of advice.
Exactly.
There might be some of them that are hating.
There's some of them that's hating, but that's why the rotten apples, you have to weed them out and get to the people who are going to tell you the truth, and the people who aren't going to just tell you what you want to hear.
Yes.
Or someone who's trying to degrade you. Like, you know when somebody's being truthfully honest in a humbling, nice way.
Yes. Big as that person.
Exactly. And I'm, like I said, more people like Bigger we need, and that's the type of person that I'm looking for, is who's not looking for someone who's already kind of popped off a little bit and let me just come spread some money in there and see what we can do.
Absolutely.
And then it doesn't do anything, versus actually coming around and developing me and pushing me out to, it's a lot of people that I don't know that's out there, and even though I had to sound the brand, even if I had the Instagram numbers, whatever it is, I still need to go and network and meet people. And actually, like I said, I love the street and greet. Like, that's so smart.
Yes. Bigger has been able to blow up a lot of artists off of that street and greet tour, because it's always more impactful when an independent artist steps into a city they haven't been and they got somebody like a Bigger ranking with them to represent them, because people are going to pay more attention, versus an artist just trying to get out there and do it themselves. And he'll have multiple artists, so it's like a force. You come in numbers. Although Bigger said this is going to be like his last year moving around. He did
say that.
Bigger's an OG, man. Bigger's in his 60s. I completely respected that he's kind of on that wind down period. Plus, he's Jamaican. He wants to get back and get to his farm and stuff like that. Definitely. Tell everybody one more time the single that you're currently pushing so they can go check it out.
Yeah, so the single that I'm currently pushing that's out right now is Locked In. It's on all streaming platforms. I also have videos on YouTube as well. So I would definitely say go check it out. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a comment. All of that.
Definitely. Absolutely. For people who want to follow you and keep up with you as far as you, Kəʻrizmə the artist, Kəʻrizmə the merch, the brand, where can they keep up with you?
Absolutely. So y'all can find me on, I'm mainly on Instagram. It's going to be OG Kəʻrizmə, OG Kerizme. And then the merch page is Shop Kəʻrizmə. So it's going to be Shop Kəʻrizmə, Kerizme. I
love that name too, OG Kəʻrizmə.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I love it.
I didn't want to do Lil or Young or
facts.
And then, like I said, Lil Troy is my OG, and his Instagram name is Lil Troy OG. So I was like, I'm gonna steal that.
That is dope.
We're cousins. He don't care.
Right, absolutely, most definitely. That's your cuz, so you can do that, right?
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put the OG in front of my name, and then as I get older, I'm gonna be an OG.
There you go. That can stick with you, because like you said, as actually, in today's era, becoming an OG is a flex because there's so many people who are losing their life in their 20s and 30s to nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's a flex to be able to grow old. We all want to I'm an OG. We want to reach that OG age.
Yeah,
you know,
most definitely.
Definitely.
So, and it's sticking too. People just naturally call me that now.
I love it. I love it.
Charisma now is OG, so I'm like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, when I'm 45 and up there, it's gonna be natural.
It's just gonna be natural. Definitely.
I'm planning for the future.
There you go. You have to. We always have to think several steps ahead.
Right.
Stay ahead of the game, not behind it.
Yes, ma'am.
The only time we looking back is to see how far we came.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we ain't looking back for nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who do you want to shout out to?
So I definitely want to shout out to definitely TampaMystic.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate she didn't, you weren't able to see the performance and things like that, but we still was able to link up and, get the interview done and come and sit down and have a great conversation. This is at the top of my list.
I love it. I love it. We're going to continue to build.
Yeah, and I definitely want to shout out my girlfriend, Happiness. I mean, she's also my videographer, photographer. Everything's my backbone. We make a lot of things work together. Yeah. And then, of course, family and friends and God, most importantly. So.
And shout out to yourself. Yeah. You're so dope.
Thank you.
You guys are a great team, too. Outside of, having the personal relationship, I can tell you guys are a great team as well.
I appreciate that.
I love that. Women get stuff done, man.
We definitely do.
My last question for you. We are live. We're going to drop it. Industry's Most Wanted. Boom. Wanted. What makes Kərismə the industry's most wanted?
Uniqueness. I'm different just from the name and the spelling. You might meet a Kərismə, but hers isn't spelled like mine. I feel like my charismatic, personality, just where I'm from, my background story, and what I'm trying to convey and get done. I definitely think that's what makes me the most wanted. It's different.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I love your energy. I look forward to us working together more. And Big and I, we do showcases every quarter, so maybe you can catch another one.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
That'll be dope. We up out of here, y'all.
Thank you.
Aim a piece. Aim a piece. Myself, I'm a piece. This after all. Myself, I'm a piece.